Indiana will soon have a new law in place to better protect your children and their lungs. Governor Eric Holcomb signed Senate Enrolled Act 632 today. It requires the Indiana Department of Health to educate schools about testing for radon. Radon is a cancer-causing gas. The American Lung Association, Indiana State Teachers Association, and other groups push for the legislation, which passed unanimously through the House and Senate. Call 6 Investigates' Kara Kenny joins us now to explain how her investigation exposed a health issue and prompted a change in state law and what it will mean for your child and their school. Kara.
Mark, imagine trying to get people to pay attention to a topic, to a problem you can't see or smell, and you don't even feel sick from until years later. That's exactly what we had to do with radon. Our original investigation aired in October 2018 when we first introduced you to Annie Cacciato. She's not a smoker, but has stage 4 lung cancer. Doctors say the culprit, radon in her school and workplace. We did some research about radon in schools and learned an estimated 1 in 5 schools has a classroom with dangerous levels.
There are thousands of children in schools right now breathing in air day after day that is damaging their lungs.
Radon is a gas that comes up through the soil and gets trapped in buildings. You can't see it or smell it, so you never even know it's there. The EPA recommends schools test at least once every 5 years. But Call 6 Investigates found of the state's public school corporations, only 4% have tested for radon in the last decade. Many schools telling us it's not required. Our investigation also found high test results at a bunch of schools in Bartholomew County.
You've been able to determine if there were any parents notified?
I was not superintendent at that point in time, and we're looking at information. Appreciate you sharing that information with us.
In November, we took our findings to lawmakers, including Senator Eric Bassler. He was concerned.
I think the prime purposes of government is protect those who maybe can't protect themselves.
In January, the Indiana State Department of Health urged homeowners to get their homes tested. We told you about Betsy Wilson. She had to have a mitigation system installed in her McCordsville home. It had high levels of radon when she bought it.
I was really surprised. We're like, oh, this is like our dream home, and there's like a major issue with it.
This EPA map shows radon is widespread in our state.
A basement in central Indiana has about a 50% chance of having a high level.
Really?
Yeah. If you go to a crawl space home, I would say probably 25%, and a slab home, maybe 10%.
On January 14th, Bartholomew Consolidated Schools told us they retested after our questions and found safe levels inside their schools. They vowed to keep testing. On January 15th, Senator Bassler filed Senate Bill 632, which requires the Indiana State Department of Health to educate schools about radon using its best practices manual on indoor air quality. Groups like the American Lung Association, Indiana State Teachers Association, and other advocates voiced their support. Don Coffey is with an Indiana radon testing company and cited Call 6 Investigates' findings when testifying in support of the bill.
96% of our Indiana schools have not tested for radon in the last 10 years.
On March 26th, the bill officially passed the legislature. It means more schools will know about radon, and advocates hope more will test for it. Hamilton Southeastern schools already test their schools at least every 5 years. Advocates say radon testing could better protect your child's lungs and their health down the line. Many people don't know they've been exposed to radon until later in life when they develop lung cancer. Like Annie Cacciato, she's one of the few to make it 5 years past her diagnosis and says the next step is for Indiana to require radon testing in schools and elsewhere.
And you can prevent this for your family, and that's why I'm here today to talk about it.
Why are you upset? Are you thinking about?
Well, because it's preventable.
Radon tests like this one can cost a school hundreds of dollars. Mitigating the problem can cost even more, into the thousands of dollars. And the cost issue, that's likely to be a sticking point as advocates push for required testing in Indiana. Back to you.